Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Canyon. Welcome back to Mavericks. Welcome back to another Wheelin' Wednesday. Welcome back to another day full of chattering machinery, which the microphones are exceptionally good at blocking out. I have to give them that. But it makes editing the videos an absolute nightmare because it just sounds like and I'm gonna have to edit all of this together. Super looking forward to it. Here we are, still in stage one. This is group 2 of stage 1 here at Mavericks, which is, think of it as the Crawlympics trials. No one gets eliminated. We just want to see how the placement shakes out for the group. As of current standings, I believe there are 42 entrants to Crawlympics. That might change. Basically, the way I have it mentally structured is that any vehicle that does not participate in stage 1 at Mavericks will not be included. So if there's a build that finishes after Mavericks is concluded, then they will not be competing in this year's Crawlympics. Now, we're only managing to get 4 rigs a week, so it's going to take 10 weeks, thereabouts, to get this done. So this is an all summer thing. Summer has not even officially started yet, and this is going to be all summer here. My Wednesdays are pretty well full. Sitting before you, you have the field for the day. We are progressing as we did before in alphabetical order, beginning from left to right. Buffalo Bill, Clank, Colonel Mustard, and of course, everyone knows her, Daphne the Sport. So we've got a spinny deal for a reason. Let's break down the competitors for here in group 2 of stage 1. Starting again on the left, Buffalo Bill is a G-made GS02F. He is largely unmodified. He is fitted with Trial wheels, which are very nice. He is fitted with the included kit G-made MT 1904s, and they are filled with Canyon custom medium inserts. His power plant is a Hobbywing Fusion SE 1200, and his steering servo is, it just popped into my head right now, a Reefs 444. He is indeed fitted with a 2-speed transmission, and shifting duties on that are carried out by the cheapest servo that I could find, which is, I think, a 20 kg Amazon variety red case. And the wild card here is that Buffalo Bill is operated by a one-handed radio, which is, I think, for boats. But it was kind of a test, and the test never ended, so he runs on a one-handed radio. Immediately to his left, your right, Clank. Clank is an absolute hodgepodge of a creation. He's built off of I believe it is a Spare Time Hobbies chassis. The chassis came in used. He is fitted with a Benedict Harry 2-speed reverse rotation transmission, and he needed the reverse rotation transmission because he is, yes, of course, you guessed it, you see it spinning, a mullet. AR44 front, AR45P rear. He has something in the neighborhood of 30% net rear underdrive. He is fitted with Proline G8 boggers of the 1.9 variety, but even in the 1.9 variety, they are 5.4 inches tall. His body is a J-Concepts Gozer. He is likewise powered by a Hobbywing Fusion SE 1200. Steering duties are taken care of by, my brain wants to say, another Reefs 444, but I honestly can't remember, and I neglected to look. To his left, your right, Colonel Mustard, Injora, skid-forward carbon fiber chassis, painstakingly converted to chassis-mounted steering. It didn't like it. It didn't want it. We made it do it anyway. So he is very skid-forward. He is running AR45Ps, which are one of my least favorite crawler axles, and there is every chance in the world that that axle gearbox cooperation will change in the future. Amazon dig box in the center, so he does have dig. He is running J-Concepts hunks in the front, and J Concepts Scorpios in the rear. I was wondering, where did that pair of Scorpios that I had go? And there they are. The Colonel has not set foot to the ground in some appreciable amount of time. Inside of him is a Hobbywing Fusion, but a legacy, what I call the legacy Fusion. He is on the old school, the 63.5mm can Fusion 1800, the silver and red one that looks like a modern Pro, but it's bigger. Steering duties in him are taken care of by I believe it's a Flash Hobby. I think it's a Flash Hobby 50. Before I forget, next to him in Daphne is a Flash Hobby 50 as well. His inserts are single stage J Concepts foams. He's just running on single stage for whatever reason. I don't know. Ecto body with an Ecto bumper. And then closing out today's field, Daphne the Sport, who began life as a TRX4 Sport kit and now is none of that. She has an Amazon aluminum case 2-speed gearbox. She is running GRC Wilderness axles, front and rear, the full axle kit. RC 4-wheel drive Groundhog 2s on Canyon Customs? I want to say Canyon Custom Softs all the way around. Breaking up the Fusion party, and I believe everyone in Group 1 was Fusions. 3 of 4 in Group 2 are Fusions. I think this is a testimonial to the Fusion, whether it be the SE, the Legacy, or the Pro. Daphne does not sport a Fusion. She sports an AG Innovations Ninja, now no longer made, which is an AM32 controller. And only recently added, she was formerly running a drone motor converted, a Flash Hobby drone motor that had to be taken apart and put together in reverse because the wires were on the wrong side. That has been replaced with a Rhino Crawler S20 1450. It's either a 1450 or a 1470. I think it's 1470 kV, so it's a little thing in there. She also has given up her rails. She has carbon fiber rails. She has a custom front bumper. She has custom shocks that are built out of lathed down element shocks. She's got all the things. She is probably my favorite rig ever. So we hope for the best, but she can go pretty fast on the 2-speed, but she is by nature a rock crawler. And she does have, while they are GRC, they are TRX4 axles, so they do not have the sharpest steer angle. And Mavericks is a house of steer angle. No one here is really, there's no Element axles in the group today. We've got G-Made, Axial, and GRC/Traxxas. So no one really has an advantage on steer angle here. If I was to give any kind of an advantage to anyone in today's field, it's going to have to be the Colonel because he has dig, which means he can turn the corners faster. But all that could go out the window. And I think that this is going to be a matter of seconds in terms of the final victor in this. So nothing left to do but get cameras in place, clear my footpath, and prepare for Group 2, Stage 1, Crawlympics 2024 here at Mavericks. Let's do that thing. So in Canyon fashion, we hope for the best and prepare for the worst, loosely. And I did have the opportunity to maneuver Bill around a little bit before getting onto the course, you know, walking around, getting the cameras set up, getting everything turned on. And his 2-speed has got a big split. I don't know if the split is quite as big as like what the split that's in Clank, but it's a big split. We have, what I failed to point out in the intro, 3 out of 4 rigs with 2 speeds. Now, his second gear is what I would categorize as too fast. It's blisteringly fast. So what we're going to do is we are going to err to the side of caution, and we are going to run him for at least the first couple go-rounds in first gear. And then maybe we will try a run in second gear because it's an easy shift on the Hot RC. I can't remember what the numeration is on the Hot RC. It's a crazy little thing. It looks like a fighter controller if you've never seen one before. I never know whether to control it by right hand or left hand. I tend to go with left hand because that's my trigger hand. So throttle, I don't know. We might go back and forth, but Bill is pretty much ready. Second gear on the first gear on the 1200 is pretty slow, so we're going to get him going. Bill, all you got to do is your best. He's full bumpered, full bodied, and he is the only one here that is full bumpered, full bodied. So, Bill, whenever you are ready, sir, proceed. Oh. Okay, first lap is just going to be trying to get my brain to drive one-handed. Yeah, okay. Drag brake on that 1200 is, switching hands, drag brake on that 1200 is substantial. Oh. Oh, this is so hard. There's no way I can do this in second gear. Oh, thank God he came up first. He can crawl. That's the thing. Oh, but I have to take everything so gingerly. When people drive one-handed all the time, God bless you. I don't know how you do it. Now let's modify that slightly. Okay, if this were a conventional pistol grip controller, I think I would be managing the one-handed a lot more easily. I said when I did the test video on this ages ago that I'm like, this might be like a perfect thing for trailing, and it is, because when I get out on the sections like this and I'm out in the open, we got this. Oh, better driver placement here. Oh, it's getting mushy. Okay, don't let off. No. Okay. So that was definitely a feeling out lap there. Really dusty out here. Course is in roughly the same condition that it was for Group 1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. He was doing pretty good out of the box there. This is going to be a this is going to be a challenge. Also, I am noticing what appears to be his rear end swimming side to side. I'm definitely noticing some axle movement. We got a man down. So during that flip over, yes indeed, he has a broken rear upper link. It is broken on the chassis side and it is flopping around. What we hope for is that it does not get tangled up in the drive shaft. Oh, I can hear it really. I can hear it really banging around in there. Okay. Surprisingly, I can modulate the throttle reasonably. Oh. I can modulate the throttle reasonably well in second gear. Oh, it is a bad day for Bill. I think it's we've lost a lot of rear drive with the rear end. Oh, it's getting worse. I haven't seen any parts fall off of him yet, but he is not even successfully going to make it around for the third try. Just keep going. Oh, and he's stuck. I believe the link is stuck. Yeah. If there was a camera that could capture this, the rear up driver's side rear upper is now wedged. The axle is wedged into the slider on the driver's side, so his rear end can't move at all. And yes, as mentioned earlier, the split in the gearbox for Clank is ridiculous. It has to be at least 66%, if not more. Second gear is almost uncontrollable. First gear is very slow. So we've got some rock crawlers here. We have the first two, I would say Buffalo Bill, a trail guy. This guy more of a crawler guy with trail. So he does trail in second gear and rock crawling in first gear. Mavericks is in between, and he doesn't really do either of those. So much like what we had hoped for Bill, we are going to try to get through this in first gear. We'll see how the boggers do on that blown out hill. And I get to use two hands again, which is really welcome. Oh, the steering difference. Yeah. Okay. This is going to be a tough day. This is going to be a tough day. Clank, on your mark. Yeah, that's wide open. Oh, but nice. The boggers, just doing work. Ground clearance. Oh, the mullet. Never forget the mullet. Oh, he's so good at that. An AR-44 steer angle is also quite good. Gonna have to throw a little reverse here. Couldn't quite get the angle on there. Yeah, big underdrive there going up. We got to be careful. The teeter is... He stopped it. He got the perfect stall. We'll slide down. Got to use all the steer angle here. Underdrive is all that's pulling us through. Wow. I mean, the difference in feel here. Oh, Bill was definitely driving the struggle bus this morning. Clank is just out for a drive. That rock is in a perfect placement. And we come around, hooks it down. I note that the gophers have been coming up through the turnstile at Maverick, so we have it more chopped out there. I think Bill only got 2.5 laps. Yeah, second gear. This would be mostly uncontrollable. His first gear allows me to pretty much just, aside from like moments on the teeter and whatnot, just stay in it. Just peg it and pull it. He looks a little bouncy. Oh no! We've got to weave under here. Back onto the course. Successfully didn't hit the tripod, so points there, right in through. Okay, thread that needle. Ooh, it's getting really churned up. Coming back. Yeah, the throttle modulation's very good. Clank, like Daphne, is on an vintage Airtronics MX3X. Great radio. Oh, no problem at all. Yeah, he just gets a little wide, and the extra crunchity, crispity creams kind of squirt him out in a direction that he does not want to go. Oh no, the bounce! Oh, that's a cut. That's realistically, that bad bounce coming off the bottom of the teeter. That's 3 to 4 seconds. I think he's got enough oomph. Caught it again. We've got another course off. He's back on. Okay, you gotta put the beans to it, man. If we want to make it around again, we've got a steering oddity. I feel like driver front is kind of out on its own a little bit. This is not the spot to get stuck. I think we got this. I think we're gonna make it around. It's not gonna be a problem. Yeah, he's got right around a minute to finish it out. I don't think any of the laps were particularly blistering. And don't get complacent. Don't. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. The teeter claims another victim. And that amount of time is significant. You're not getting up in the top. Well, I mean, we've only got 8 guys down, and with 20 seconds left crossing the line. So the course, I got to go 2 points to Mavericks, and the competitors are sitting on 0 right now because I think he's a little worse for wear too. The Colonel is on a Flash Hobby 60, I saw as I picked him up and turned him over. He is also the only non-2-speed, and honestly, I think at Mavericks, I do not think a 2-speed is an advantage because it makes your low too low and your high too high. This is a single-speed course. He is the only single-speed competitor of the day. I think Daphne's going to be close to him, but I think the Colonel has the advantage provided that the suspension is going to work today and the tires do what they are supposed to do. He feels pretty crispy. He's also the only Radiolink RC4 on the day. So he knows what he has to do. Dig is operational. He is ready to go. Colonel, 5 minutes on the course. He's bouncing a little. Oh, the Hunk Scorpio combo. Okay. Now this is purely a feel thing. He feels super light compared to the others. Like I'm having to use less throttle because I feel like he's gonna rocket away. The Hunks can't quite pull the dig back. All right. First lap is always kind of a feel out lap anyway. Wow, the Hunk Scorpio dig is very responsive. Very responsive. He swings, he's so light he can barely get it. Honestly, I don't think we should fix the teeter. The teeter is an absolute problem. Body absolutely rattle trapping. I don't think there's any hobby foam under that body. Really, there's kind of only 2 spots on the course where you can actually go full tilt boogie. Up the turnstile, kind of through the bouncy section over. Whoa, I mean, he's outrunning me. Kind of over the bouncy section by the bird bath. Yeah. Of everybody that's gone so far, the Colonel is the fastest, or has the potential to be the fastest. He's fast to the point where he keeps getting out of control on me. And his suspension felt stiff in the hand / on the bench, which in this case is a folding table. But, oh man, on the course, he is a rocket. That turn-in is so sharp. We've had issues of overturn more than once, which is generally not something that we experience. He is much harder to actuate dig on than was with Argentum because he's moving so fast. He's transitioning through steps so fast He's genuinely hard to catch up with. The dig with the Scorpios in the back is, look at this. Had to get onto the final board to get down. Yeah. The perfect run for the Colonel might not be able to be caught. I haven't gotten it. Ooh, very slippery, but pulls it back. When he came down off the shelf, I said, hunk front Scorpio rear. Why? This is why. These are exceptional in their performance. Oh no! I had thought about a time penalty if a vehicle has to be, hand of God, but the time penalty is it's inside of it. If I have to walk over there and flip something over, the time penalty is already there. He is so difficult to use dig on at speed because he's going so fast. On dig, he almost goes out of control. That rollover, he probably could have completed another lap. Like, we're going to keep running because we're crossing the line with about 35 seconds left. I want to see how far he can get in that 35. There's so many opportunities at Mavericks to get caught up. I don't know if anybody else has flipped in that spot right there. Yeah, he can do half the course. Which, would be about right. We're basically sub a minute is good. Will somebody have a sub 50? I don't know. He has to wait so long for the teeter to come down. And he's not that light. He's in that 6.5 like everybody else. I don't know who the lightest competitor is, and I don't know who the heaviest competitor... No, Jolly Green is the heaviest competitor. And one might think Jolly Green's going to do amazingly here, but his steer angle is not great. His steer angle is not great. And closing out today's group, Daphne the Sport, who, like the other two speed entrants today, I tested second gear. No. Second gear is a hard no. She is probably 12 to 15 miles an hour in second gear, which is not something that is going to work here. All right, Daphne, it's all up to you. I think the Colonel has done the best, I think. Let us see if you can improve on it, Madame. All right, 2 seconds in, she already feels the most stable by an order of magnitude. She is absolutely planted down. This may be a... Oh, no. This may be a slow and steady wins the race. Oh, Daphne of the group. Daphne is a rock crawler. When she gets to that chopped up section, there's the TRX4 steer angle. Okay, this is the feeling it out lap. When she gets to the rocky portion there, north of the turn, oh, she's got some weight on her. North of the turnstile, she is just absolutely glued down. Through here, yeah, steering angle is what's going to hurt. Her compliance and the sensitivity of her suspension is next level compared to the others. Gets a little jet mode there, comes on down. Like through here, the skewers don't really affect her. Okay, you gotta stay outside that raker, right there. There you go. The hardest part of this for her is going to be right here. She does not quite have the steer angle to make that sharp. Advantage elements there. She also does not have nearly as much overdrive, underdrive as everyone else. Except Bill. Bill has none. When we say everyone else, we mean, you know, fleet-wide. She's so good through right there. I can't tell if she's so fast she looks slow or if she's just slow. This is a first gear run. It has to be. The groundhogs have no slip going up that loose dirt at all. I'm usually at about 50 to 60% throttle on her, because above that, because of the amount of damping and the lightness of the springs, we kind of get out of shape. Okay, we're gonna try to go super wide. Nobody comes over this wide. There it is. Yeah, Daphne can find some quickness out here through the Krispy Kremes. She can luckily transition between forward and reverse so a little stoppy so quickly that she kind of makes up for the fact that she can't swing the turns. She needs like 3/4 of a second to back up and reinitiate the turn. Oh, it's really washed out right here. We did indeed build that back up. We put some dirt and water in that corner, but then a week of around 90s, kind of just dried it back out. Yeah, she does not mind driving over those old tires. Got a little bouncy there. And every bad bounce, every odd hop is basically a that lap ain't the lap hit. Here's going on feel, and we're 8 in, right? She is competitor number 8 so far. Argentum felt easy. Daphne feels like she could do it the fastest so far. Now, my memories of Jake running this are so old and dim, but he felt like he was going as slow as molasses and did it faster than anyone. So she crosses with about 20 left, which means I think still not quite up to Argentum's level, but she might have gotten a hot one in there. So I feel like Mavericks definitely claimed its first victims. Buffalo Bill is actually physically damaged. We are gonna have to look and see what is going on. The Colonel, it looked like a front tire, it looked like his driver front was turning more than the passenger front. We'll see. Clank came out unscathed. Daphne appears to have come out unscathed. I think they all did reasonably well. I don't know if anybody put down their best effort. The Colonel definitely felt the fastest, but if we have learned anything over previous times running out here at Mavericks, it's really difficult to tell. Could have been Daphne. Clank might have had a flyer in there. Bill, I do apologize, I do not think that it was Buffalo Bill. The score sheets will tell the tale. They will all be placed in there. As I said, not explicitly granting points for these activities out here at Mavericks. This is like the Crawlympics trials, effectively, but it's too late now. We've already named everything. We've already made spreadsheets. It is stage 1 Mavericks, and Mavericks is mean because it is rock crawling, it is rock bouncing, it is rock racing. It's all the rock things and some dirt, and that's why I like it. It's a little bit of everything, and all of it is kind of mean. There is still room to add more stuff to Mavericks, and we will definitely consider that for later. The section by the bird bath, I would like to build up and rock out more. You know, bring up the challenge level, but for these events, I don't have to worry about that until after the summer is over, because the course is pretty much set. We're just gonna kind of leave the teeter as it is unless we are presented with enough time to do the modifications and repairs to it. So it is what it is for now, and the construction should continue for most of the duration of the Mavericks portion. It will be a lot quicker. Stage 2 is going to go a lot quicker than stage 1. At least I hope. So we will get to that when we get to that. I thank you for joining us here on this Wheelin' Wednesday. Wheelin' Wednesday during the summer is your home for Crawlympics 2024, where competitors compete to see if they can survive. I don't recall if we had any tire commonalities last week. We definitely don't have any tire commonalities this week, down to there aren't 2 rigs even outfitted with the same brand. 4 rigs, 5 different tires from 4 different manufacturers, 4 different bodies. We really spiced it up and spun it around. I thank you for joining us here in the canyon. I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much for joining us here for both Wheelin' Wednesday and Crawlympics. We wish you were here to enjoy the just non-stop sounds of construction and the beautiful overcast morning, which is just starting to break. So we filmed this at the perfect, absolutely perfect time. The cameras are happy. I'm happy. I hope you're happy. I hope you tune in to see whatever's next in between now and then. Please, one and all, do your very best. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you again here from the canyon. Fare thee well.